in this episode. And the show really does a really good job of portraying the reality. The reality is that it is an unsatisfied, unresolved, chaotic, no really, obvious or clear solution, no obvious uh, path or journey for everything. It is all chaos, it is all not having any emotion. The world move like they're not caring about us. And the reality is it's just so sad that we tend to turn our face out of them. And it's really portraying this, that in the show, if you see it, the show does not have any of the resolution. It is all just the world is moving, and Sadhu and his group has no choice but to let it move, but to let it, flows. Let time flows. It is the only way that it is the only thing that we can do about times and this chaotic world. And this show doesn't have any resolution, doesn't have any goals. It's just portraying the life of reality of Sadhu and his friends that flow out and flow in of him along the way of Sadhu life, which is what make Welcome to the Show so rewatchable, because when the life goes on, we tend we like initiate portraying the world in very realistic way, and that is a lot of things that we don't understand at first, but as life progresses, we comes to digest the information that initiate portray and comes to understand them more and more and more. That make Welcome to the Show is one of the most rewatchable anime that I have seen. And every time I rewatch, I have the different interpretation of them and different thing about what it's trying to say. So in Welcome to the Show episodes 21, Sadhu and Yamazaki build up a game. It is now finished, and the fate of the game is that it cannot sell well. So Yamazaki need to go back because of the fact that well, there's no problems with Yamazaki. There's no problem with his work, but the problems lies on why Yamazaki trusts Sadhu to make the script. If he make the script himself, it could go really well, I think. But the fact that Yamazaki trusts Sadhu is because of the fact that I think he wanted to help Sadhu to be the part of something. So it is the fact that Yamazaki entrusts himself with Sadhu, but at last it cannot go well. At least Yamazaki makes the memories with Sadhu, which is more important than anything. And it's so sad how it cannot sell well. I think the problems does not lies in Yamazaki or Sadhu work entirely, but it mostly rely on fate. It's mostly rely on on the luck, I would say. It is impossible for anyone who is newbie to, even if that game goes, no one doesn't care about newbie games. They would buy games from the big circle. So if like Yamazaki have the god tier game. Like it has no guarantee that it will not sell well. And more so if that game is mediocre or below average. Like I think the game of Yamazaki has a good art design, but the story is exaggerate and stuff that we see in the scenes. So I think that it's kind of mediocre. I'd say that would make no one just like playing it. The one that by just playing it and essentially just not sell well. I'd say. So it is like five, like it's just 500 yens and no one buys. It probably means that, and when they buy at last we see that it not no one just make a big break about it on the internet. So it is all in, and Yamazaki just knows that, and he gave up before he goes to Eroistic-Ke. And like I think you shouldn't Yamazaki shouldn't expect a good sell out from the first game, because it is not well in soccer. Because to sell well you need to be famous, and certainly guarantee a good game from you in at least to some certain extent. Like you have to have probably like the circle name famous as Type Moon, as it is legendary circles. And like if Yamazaki has that to some extent, or being famous to some extent, that he can sell well, it does not rely on the entirely on the products itself. Even if it's good, no one knows it, then it's not, so like Yamazaki knows it, and entirely Yamazaki want to get is that he knows that in the memory that he needs to hold on to it, that he already did it. He already did the game, trying to build the game, trying to create it, and he failed. That's what I think that Yamazaki entirely wanted, is a memory about him with Sato, is a good memory about that he tried his dream. Even if it's failed, he tries his best. And so it is fail, and Yamazaki needs to go back and giving his stuff to Sato and having a good memory and revise the memory together. Like even if like Sato is stealing his food, he's still a good friend, and Sato helped Yamazaki. It shows the genuine, like even if Yamazaki knows that Sato did something bad, he's compromised to Sato. Both are still have the genuine connections, which the whole show, the whole life, Sato didn't have. His mom is just too nice to him. He doesn't have really that good connection with his mom. His father work all the time, I would say, because we didn't see him with his father all the time. And when Sato was kids, we see that he just fuck around, probably didn't have any genuine connection either. Like his friends just blame it to him and stop. So, and then Sato just a lonely smart ass like Hajimon, and didn't have genuine connections. And with Senpai just wanted someone to be below her and being his subordinate. or someone to talk to when she have no one, better than having no one to talk to. And Miyazaki is just using him, and like the whole show, he is the only genuine connections of Yamazaki, and when Yamazaki goes, it is certain that he have no one now. And Yamazaki throw, and when Yamazaki will go, she playing snowball fight with Sado. As he say, you don't understand true love is, and throw the balls into the Mizaki homes, which what Sado consider the true love it does is that with the Mizaki he is like, it is not true love to being a slave to her, and Sado just argue that it is a true love, and it is the snowball fight that yelling out of the thing in Sado and Yamazaki heart. And Sado will say I love you from the bottom of my heart is probably is Mizaki, but if it is a different matter of if she think the same way of Sado love. Yamazaki just argue how the love is processed, and start to throw into Yamazaki faces and hit him. That mean Sado love is not a faucet. It is true. Sado love for Mizaki is true, but Yamazaki love for Sado is the different matter. And as he declined the offer, and like argue, Sado just argue that he just doesn't the one who doesn't understand is Yamazaki. And when Sado said that Yamazaki doesn't get is that his cues and stuff is probably it is pointless for Yamazaki to being in SKU and stuff, because of the fact that even if he is in SKU, like what point, like you have the business to do and stuff. And Yamazaki argued that with the big snow into Sado face that it is not true that it is not true about that, because of the fact that Hikikomori like Sado will not understand it, means that Yamazaki is to some extent disdain Sado, but he still shows a genuine connection because he disdain himself too. And like in the Iceland arc, you see that Yamazaki just disdain Sado. Like he just say that he like Sado and Otaku like Hikori and Otaku like Sado and him who die in somewhere living an idiot life, and disdain himself and Sado. So that's mean like Yamazaki thinks that Sado is comrade. He is a person that is worthless as himself. So Yamazaki doesn't disdain Sado and disdain himself, so it's negative. And Mizaki's come to stop Sado fight, and Mizaki just stops Sado fight. And Sado says something like smart ass, like, and like Sado is actually self-conscious, dude. As we see in the whole show, like Sado is actually self-conscious, like the real life is fucking sucks, but it's like Toy Story, who is Akiki Omori with Megumi. He said like he'll read 200 self-help, but he still can't, because of he still can't escaping recovery, because he needs something to change or something. But real life isn't that, that logical, that like logical progression, like Sado say, that it will resolve. But what Sado is wrong is that if you stray from the path, or if you just let the time flow, everything is eventually changed. Like that guys who is just someday must wear it clothes, external force forces him to work and torture work and stuff, and just like, and he tried to say life is just vague and variety of anxiety vague stuff. And it's true what Sado say, it hits into me. And the next day Yamazaki depart, which, as you can see, the symbiote houses of Mita House is now gone. Like you could see that Mita House symbiote of is gone half, means Yamazaki goes, as Mita House tears apart Sado with Yamazaki. As you can see, the relationship with Mizaki and Yamazaki is just kind of, Sado caretaker. Yamazaki, take, just like think of Mizaki as a person who's also help Sado, being friend with Sado with him, as a person who cooperate in, far away, as a friends, as comrades. So as Yamazaki just, giving the only hope to recover Sado to Mizaki, as she is the one that, and her plan is in really a perfect shape now. Sado is the only one that she can count on with. Yamazaki goes out. Megumi is just, not mess with Sado anymore. Sado is all alone, and Sado now knowing Misaki, and Misaki is the only one that helps Sado right now. But little did she know that the only equation she can count on is Kashiwa Senpai, which she think that Kashiwa Senpai and Sado is now have nothing with each other. But the chances are that Kashiwa Senpai will somehow meet with Sado in this episode, and if this episode is non-existent, as the fact that it is, like, Kashiwa Senpai this is the only occasion that Kashiwa Senpai helping Sado from Mizaki, which I will talk later. And essentially Sado and Yamazaki goes apart. It is the mess plain ass CU scene, but it is plain, it is normal, but somehow I feel like it is one of the best goodbye scene in anime that I have seen. Like, you see, so goodbyes, you get in touch and stuff. It consists of a few dialogue, like Yamazaki just see you around. If you visit my home, we should get in touch or something. Hope that Sado will get in touch with him later on. And Sado yells Yamazaki as he turned back. don't let the world beat you, Sato, means that he get the world beaten by him. And depends on the mindset, Sato say. And Yamazaki doesn't want Sato to be beaten like him as he goes on, and Sato yell, depends on the perspective. You're not going home defeated. It's like, depends on the both perspective. If Yamazaki defeated by the dreams that does not come true, or he realized the reality and win them by going home, doing the thing that he needs to do, the surefire way, not the dream way, just expect the game to sell, which is, as I would say, Yamazaki realized how the reality works. I would say it's win. Like, at last, you would see Yamazaki got a girlfriends and stuff, and he just, and the musics, and the Yamazaki glimpses. So, Yamazaki glimpse smile is so much like, it just, hits me that reality get us apart, but don't worry, like, and this mindset, I think that Yamazaki think that he loses by going home, but he actually win for that. He knows the rhythm of life and go on with them. The music plays, the scene that Yamazaki actually only scenes that Sato having fun in this anime is with Yamazaki, his only genuine comrades and connections other than at the last with Mizaki. As the music goes on, Yamazaki just thinking, and probably with kids, and probably just thinking about Nanagu, that his only genuine love, that Nanagu love him. That Nanaku say that she is, thinking that he is Kimoi, he is Lolicon. It's actually to him not showing that she love Yamazaki explicitly, but she really loved Yamazaki, I'd say. And Yamazaki probably his whole life he got beaten by life. Even if he found the genuine connection, he needs to part away with the Nagu, as you can't be with each other anymore. And started walking home, and essentially hallucinating, which this time, as you can see, but this time is in vain. Sato realized how lonely he is without Yamazaki, without anything. He imagined the whole universe is him, and he imagined that everything about the world is centered around him. He imagined everything. It's not true. Yamazaki is just also the product of his imagination, as he imagining about Yamazaki and wanted him to come back, as Yamazaki not come back and realize the truth. And it is another time that Yamazaki as Sato realized that Yamazaki does not help him, no, it is probably another time that hallucinating is helping him to realize that the world is not revolved around him. He needs to adapt, he needs to be patient, he needs to accept the reality. And his mom, who I think probably knows that Sato is Hikikomori, to send a letter that hoping he will be out of Hikikomori right in the next year. as she implies to be a good year for Sado next year, which his mom probably so sharp that she knows what will happen next. And and Sado is just like only Misaki left with him and talking stuff about God. Is that God exists? And probably Misaki, if I remember correctly, as I rewatch, I think Misaki said that is Asado asked Misaki if that is a god. Misaki probably think that is like Sado think that Misaki, doing service and stuff, probably think that is a god, but Misaki don't know. The answer of Misaki is that she don't know, which is essentially why I think that if Misaki don't know if that is a god, Misaki don't know if that is a god, but she think that she wanted it to be a god, because if there is no god, there's nothing to blame for her. There's nothing to blame for her mischief. There's nothing to... Her life would be all meaningless. Her suffering would be all in vain. And she needs someone to be blamed on all of her life misfortune, which is 80%, I would say. So Sado just like and the New Year's comes when the counseling comes of, as you can see, the cats, which is a symbol of Sado, and it is the same that Misaki treats Sado as a cat, which essentially giving a food to the stray dog, making him a slave, as the theme recurring throughout the whole shows. As you can see that there's a few themes of Welcome to the Nishkel that recurring out the whole show. Take actions. The reality is harsh, but like it will change. Nothing lasts forever. Life is sucks, sure, but if we are together, like even if life sucks, somehow we could be better. It's all boils down to how we chooses to live, like comforting, supporting each other, even if you are the lovers, and the life is about just letting go, and we shouldn't be serious that much, even if like Sado, who's hallucinating every day and stuff, still having like life like of Sado to be better. And it is the recurring theme in Welcome to NHK about NHK, about God, about something to blame, about pessimism, about disdaining, about the society. These themes are made a few ideas that made up in Welcome to the Shay so compelling, so realistic, so chaotic, so portraying the realistic so well. And the taste tomorrow, New Year's, Sado and Misaki go to the shrine to taste, as Sado think that it is not a good way to, I think, to too much specifically treat hikikomori, because but it is, you can see it's two-way. It is good that Miyazaki and Sado are not escaping the reality that he is hikikomori and trying to treat them, but second is that just try not to think of it much, as you states, like Sado states himself as a hikikomori. So if you're being a hikikomori, you need to care, right? But if you not state himself as being a hikikomori, as you state yourself as being human, you state yourself as not a person that is, secluded himself in home. Like, you can still go out. It is that you choose that you are in the state of hikikomori, that you are hikikomori, that you are scaring of people, that you cannot evolve, that you still chooses to be that way. It like it is not about you cannot hear it or something, or it is not about that you are hikikomori so you can't evolve. It is that you chooses to be a hikikomori that you can't evolve. Like, if Sada not judging that he is a hikikomori, he just like go out and not, he's not like human being too. Like, why would we just state that one is a hikikomori so he can't go off home? That's a form of ultimate slavery to his mind. It is not true that we need to state that one is hikikomori or one is not. One is an utagi, one is not. Why being that way? Like, we have this so much freedom to do something. And I don't understand Saru why he states himself as hikikomori, so he is locked in the house because he think that he's a hikikomori. As with Yamazaki, Saru think that he is home. He is like in high school and he forget his hikikomori and he not judging himself and just like leaving with, and like aura of Yamazaki is just like so. And he was his friends, and like when the Masagi gone, Sado began aware that he is alone, that and not looking forward. This is the key words. If you are not looking forward, if you are looking to yourself, looking back, you can't go on. You need to look forward. Like, it is like Kamina in Gorilla Gun. Like, you need not to look back. You need to look forwards and go on. As it is also a recurring theme to that shows. But we can do this share is that when Sada lost Misagi, he is like the part of him that is better, the part of him that make him better, that's supporting him. He lost it, and now he's a hikikomori again. And when he lost Misagi, he have nothing, and he is lost. And Misagi is just also, as you can see, if like Misagi is just also a person that is not that a person that is, she is slowly blaming herself. There's nobody for Sato but me now. What to do? What, like, she is so dull. She is so worried about everything. She is a person that to be with. Like, you can't go on. Like, it is a pain to be with this kind of person for me personally. But Misaki is just, he's wanting to escape with Saru, and she is like lost with Saru in this episode in the end, and the one that will change the plan shattered the ego of Misagi, because she was sent by the rival of Misagi comes, and helping Sato from hikikomori, being Sato again, a person that is kind of makes Sato not think of himself as Hikori, as Misaki can be guessed, but Misaki is just overthinking that she is a Kashiwa senpai. You know, Kashiwa senpai is gonna steal Sado from her. So she needs to do a contract in the next episode, right? If I remember correctly. So ended episode 21 of Eroistic-Ke. Welcome to the reset, which is also implies that Sado goes to the square one, as Masaki, who's make him go out of the home, go out to, like, it is Misaki's fault that make him go out, but Misaki has made him confident at going out, at trying in life, at doing something. But when him gone, he go back to the square one of being a Hikori, and having no friends and stuff. And Misaki is just rambling nonsense to him at counseling, and he's just like imbo, like he's saying like imbo and stuff. And the end of the episode 21 packed with the information that made me rambling for like 36 minutes.